Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank anybody who's showing up for my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. And thank you all my new subscribers. Thank you so much. Today I have a story time. It's about something that happened to me when I was a teenager. It's a little bit funny, a little strange, but funny. And I just got a car. Not long after I got a car, I think I was about 17. And I think it was probably a Saturday night, Friday or Saturday night, but I was out with a couple of girlfriends where, we would cruise around we had like a little bit of a main street thing that we would cruise around. We'd see people in cars that we knew and wave at them, and there was an arcade that we would go to, and there was a Sonic drive-in. We would go through that, and just we had our little places would run into each other, and we knew people from all different schools, and we wanted to go to a party or have something fun to do that night. And one of my friends, well, there's a couple other girls that one of my friends knew, and so they got in the car with us, and they said they knew a party, or it was like a brother's friend's big brother, cousin, or something like that, 3 or 4 steps down the line. And being young and dumb and stupid like we were, and we're like, oh, okay, yeah, let's go. And drove out there, but it was about 5 miles out of town, and down these country roads that I did not even know, never been down them, and we got kind of lost, and we finally made it there. And when we got out, the 2 girls that were with us, they were Hispanic, and it was me and my 2 white friends. And when we drove up, it was I guess a Mexican party, Mexican, I don't know if it was a birthday party, it was some kind of Spanish celebration, Mexican celebration, and we were the only 2 white, or me and the other 2 were the only 3 white girls there. Everybody else there was Hispanic, but that didn't bother me. I didn't care. About 1/3 of the state here in Texas is Hispanic, so I grew up in that culture. I speak a little Spanish. My Spanish isn't very good, and I haven't spoke it really for a long time. And but I was happy with all the food and everything. We're like, oh, okay, and they had beer, which, do not drink if you're underage. I am lucky to be alive. That's a very serious thing, I'll say that. But out of my stupidity, we were drinking that night, and they played a bunch of Mexican music, and we were, let me see, how do I say this? Like, there was a group of, I guess, single Hispanic guys that came and got us, and they were going to show us. They kind of like just all of a sudden I think they talked amongst themselves, and they just came and just like spread out, and each one of them got one of us and brought us to the dance floor, and they showed us how to do the Mexican dances, and they're really beautiful. I loved it. I loved learning how to do that, and it was really unique. And I love Spanish dancing. I love to watch them. I mean, there's a lot of twirls, and the steps are kind of intricate, and it was really neat. I really loved it. And then all of a sudden we heard all these motorcycles, and one of the guys, he yelled out, there's a Hispanic thing called a grito, where they just, that high-pitched yell. It's like a greeting. It's like a joyous, kind of just a happy greeting. It's what it is. And all of them started doing that. And then the guys on the motorcycles, there's probably about 10 of them, 10 or 12 of them. They drove up, and they jumped off their motorcycles, and all the guys went over there too, and they're all, patting each other or shaking hands or whatever, and greeting each other. And it was an outlaw biker gang, and I don't want to say which one, because they were known to be, they've been in the news for being arrested for, various things that are not within the law. I'll just say it that way. And being young, I love motorcycles. I love riding them, and it didn't bother me at all. I didn't sense any danger or anything like that. My friends were, a couple of them were, the two other little white girls, they were kind of scared. And I was like, oh, don't worry about it. They're nice. Don't worry, you know. And immediately, like, when the group of Hispanic guys were talking, and then they came over and got us, all of a sudden, the biker guys, they came over and they just grabbed each one of us, you know, and just took us to the floor immediately and just started dancing around with us. And I was like a little shocked, and I was probably not even 5 feet tall. I probably weighed maybe about 100 pounds. I was a very tiny, tiny person, and I just remember I was a little bit scared then, because I never had a guy just come and just start grabbing me, you know, like that. And they were drinking beer, and you know, and then all of a sudden they just started switching partners. They made us, like, they just immediately pushed us over to the next guy and danced around with each that. And then, I mean, we got passed around to each one, just dancing around with them, and they were very respectful. They didn't do anything, you know, vulgar or anything. They didn't assault us in any way. But it was just so bizarre, you know. I never had experienced anything like that, and a lot of them were these big, hairy, you know, bearded biker, older guys, you know, much older, and we had to go to the bathroom, and like all 4 or 5 of us, we all like went and squeezed into this little tiny bathroom, and we're like, oh my god, we gotta get out of here, oh my god, you know. And the 2 girls, my 2 friends, were just about to, they were almost bawling, and I was like, all right, stop, don't do that, you know. If they sense danger, they're gonna, you know, or I don't know what I said, I can't remember, but I was like, okay, we're just gonna go out, and then we're just gonna pretend like we're gonna go around the dance floor, or I can't remember. I had this little path worked out in my mind, and tell them, you know, go past the beer table and the dance table or whatever, and dance floor and whatever, or it wasn't even a floor. It was just, it was outside. It was in a dirt patio area. I think it maybe had some bricks on it or something. I can't remember really, but I was like, okay, just, you know, as soon as we go out, just don't even look at anybody. Just follow me. And immediately, I just walked out like a robot and just and snaked my way around. And we jumped in the car and started the car and took off. And I mean, I peeled out down that dirt road, spraying dirt and rocks everywhere. But that was one of the very strange experiences. I mean, it was fun when I look back on it. You know, I learned how to do Spanish dancing, Mexican dancing. There's a lot of intricacy in that kind of dancing, and it's very beautiful, especially when you see a couple that really knows how to dance, and they're really doing all the twirls and everything. Is very beautiful. And I just thought that was just a funny memory I remembered when I was young. I'm lucky, and I'm glad that it turned out to be, you know, very innocent. Nothing happened, you know, very fun. And you know, I've done some stupid things, and you know, sometimes I do consider myself, I'm lucky to be alive out of my own stupidity. And I think a lot of young people, they do things that, you know, when you look back 20 or 30 years later, you're like, oh God, how could I be so stupid, you know? But probably don't want to go off with strangers. You know, probably be a little bit more careful about who or where you're going, you know. And this is before cell phones and all this, and I'm just very lucky. It was a very funny thing, you know, very, you know, when I look back at it, sometimes just the thought when I was dancing around with each person, I was like, oh my gosh. But it turned out to be okay. And, well, I just remembered that this morning and thought, oh, that would be a great story time. Well, thank you all, and hope you enjoy this story. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much.